Fear is one of the main things that is holding you back right now, whether on the spiritual path or in general in your life. And unless you understand this and you make a conscious choice that you're not gonna let it hold you back, then you will move forward in a very slow and limited way. So, why are we held back by fear so much? And what can we do to break through it? Well, there's a couple of reasons why we have developed these fears to begin with. And, you know, these could be little things like just stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit in your day-to-day life, doing something which is not familiar to you. Like, could even be like, you know, in many unconscious ways, really small things like taking a new route to your work every day, going to a new supermarket, going to a new restaurant, or trying out something new, like, you know, do public speaking. Anything by definition that's in our comfort zone, if we step out of it, it creates some form of fear and discomfort. And some of these fears, they have been, you know, it's important to understand, they have been hardwired into our brains for many thousands of years, maybe even millions of years. And some of them are rooted in actual survival. So, you know, if tens of thousands of years ago some human had to maybe find a mate, then that was like maybe life risking, because maybe some other stronger guy would come along with some big stone and just knock you out. So there might be these kind of fears that are actually hardwired in our brains, but now today actually these dangers are not there anymore. So the fear is still hardwired in our brains because it happened over so many thousands of years, and only in the really recent, you know, decades this danger have gone away. So in a way, the way our brains are hardwired right now don't map with our current reality. So it's important to understand this, to look beyond it, and then to be able to act like that. So you have to kind of, you know, once you understand it, you can make a choice. Okay, now I'm anyway gonna do public speaking. I'm anyway gonna speak up to this person, whatever, and realize the fear is irrational. And realizing the fear is actually holding you back. So someone really wise once said, probably more people, I don't know the original source, that everything you want is on the other side of fear. And I think that's so true. And if you really look in, yesterday I saw this video, this interview with this super successful entrepreneur. He literally was broke twice in his life. 36, he was living in a car with his son because he was broke, and he built one of the largest, well, couple of large companies actually, but he's like a multi-billionaire by now. His name is, I have to look it up and try to link it below. I think Paul DeJora, yeah, Paul DeJora it should be, and he's in his 70s now probably. And he's still going super high. So what he said, and many other people said, that, you know, what distinguishes somebody who's successful and somebody who's not. And by successful, you know, I don't mean like necessarily being rich or whatever. Success, everybody can define and has to define for himself. So what's successful for you could be very different than what's successful for me or for society. So successful for you could just be to live like a life of your own choice, to, you know, live a spiritual, rich life, and have a lot of time maybe to do things that you want, go into nature, or it could be a life of material abundance, or both. But basically successful means that you're living the life of your choice and you're able to do that. So what distinguishes somebody who is really successful from somebody who's not? And if you look at it, most of the time it's definitely not that they had better circumstances or that they had luck or anything like that. It's just not true. If you're really seriously looking into it, you see this is not true. And what is the difference is that people with a lot of success, they generally went through many failures. And they learned from them and they improved on them. But they weren't letting them stop them. And even, like, it's one way to kind of have this realization. You know, this has been going on in my mind for a long time. But I'm only trying to, you know, I feel I'm still trying on the surface of this. Because it's one thing to realize that you should not let failure stop you. And that when it comes, when there's a temporary defeat, that you should still move on. That's one thing, and that's very crucial. But it's another thing to actually embrace it and see it as a necessary step to move forward. Because you realize that you have to have the defeats and the failures to have the success at some point. And that there's no success without the defeat and the failures. And the faster you move through them, the faster you will become the person who will be successful in your definition. So whatever kind of life you want, you need to become a person first. You need to be someone for whom having that kind of success, that kind of life, is the natural result or the consequence. And in order to become that person, it's like a diamond. You have to be refined. You have to learn, you have to break limitations, and those limitations, those learning experiences, is what we often consider as failures and defeats. And to make that switch in our minds, that they are necessary and they're part of the process, and hence when they come we can actually embrace them instead of looking down on them and like consider to quit. You know, it's like, oh yeah, there it is, I'm just, you know, it's the next milestone. There it is, the rejection. Somebody, like, I asked a girl for her number. I asked a client, a prospect, to give me his business. Whatever it is, they rejected me. Okay, there it is. One more defeat, one more milestone towards my success. Now, what can I learn from it? How can I improve so that I move on and I become a little better and I become a little closer to my success, to the person that I need to be, to have the life I want to have, and to evolve spiritually, ultimately, by moving through these experiences. Okay guys, so this is it, and I hope this is inspiring for you. Look up Paul de Chora, his interview with Tom Bilyeu on impact theory. Very inspiring person, very inspiring interview, and you can learn a lot from them. If you have questions about this kind of topic, if you have any other comments, please leave it below. And I try to make a video about it. I always read them. Sometimes I'm not able to respond. Please make sure you leave a thumbs up if you like the video. You subscribe to the channel. I upload a new video at least once a week. And also I'm thinking about launching online training where I speak more about these things, how you can live the life of your choice, spiritually, materially, relationships, in any way possible, how you can grow and evolve to the person that you want to be. If you're interested in that, then also leave a comment below or send me an email, welcome@soulofyoga.de, and I see you next week. Thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate it. Bye guys.